After probably the best episode this show has ever had, Season 4, Episode 8, titled Heavy is the Head, has a lot to live up to. It has a lot to keep going, to keep this momentum pushing forward. In this episode, I will break down the trailer and tell you everything that I think is going to happen in the next upcoming episode.
If we're going to do this, we have to do it right. I'm not going to lead people down there, and I can't even... You're saying you saw Kenny in trouble?
I didn't just see him, Boyd. It's like I was there.
Show me.
I want him to teach me how to survive when I'm alone.
You're not going to be here alone, Ethan.
You don't know that.
There is a reason that no one has ever gotten out of here, and maybe that reason is no one has ever been willing to make the hard decisions before.
The plot summary of this episode, according to IMDb, goes as follows. Boyd weighs a dangerous plan that could bring everyone home. Fatima and Henry face disturbing crossroads. Victor helps Tabitha and Ethan prepare for the worst as tensions escalate and difficult choices loom. Now, they have been very coy with their titles this season. For example, the first one is called The Arrival. We know that was all about the man in yellow arriving. Next was about Frey. That is easy to see what that was, the gruesome shocks that we seen in that episode. Merrily We Go was Boyd tries to save Acosta from herself. And this is when we seen Julie try to tap into a story walking ability. The next was Myths and Monsters. This is when we learned about the man in yellow. After that, it was What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. We used the word trip. We know that that was about Jade tripping. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter was the next episode, and we know that this is the episode Donna had a heart attack in. Then we got Best Laid Plans, L-A-I-D plans, which means that it was the egg that was laid. So now we have Heavy is the Head. Now that is usually something that talks about kings and the one who wears the crown, so it could be something that Boyd has to deal with, but it could be something else dealing with the golem. But we'll get into all that right now.
If we're going to do this, we have to do it right. I'm not going to lead people down there, and I can't even...
So we see Boyd talking to Kenny after last episode's fiasco that almost got Kenny killed. And we can see here that Boyd is very concerned about doing another plan, and probably because of what happened to Kenny. I would have hoped that Boyd would realize that these monsters are on some type of pattern and that they did not follow the pattern. In fact, someone had to give it away. I would hope he would realize that, and that's what he's thinking about in this particular second. But as they're talking about this, we do hear gunshots and then they look up. So most likely that could be coming from, I don't know how far they are from Colony House, or if it would go that far, but somewhere not too far but not too close. Those gunshots were a little bit muffled. So who could it be? I know the number one suspect would be Acosta. I don't believe that she is going to off herself, because I think that the job she's been given, she is going to complete, and that's not in her head anymore. So let's take her right off the board. After this, I think we have to start thinking about Henry. Henry's been seeing some crazy stuff. He might try to pull a Abby and say that, hey, everybody's just got to wake up. And it has to be someone who has access to the bullets and where to find the bullets. Unless Henry has Victor's gun, which just so happens to be the same gun he had that he pulled out on Tabitha. So I would lean towards that being the case, that most likely Henry could be even offing himself. We don't know. We shall see. Put in the comment section what you think.
You're saying you saw Kenny in trouble?
I didn't just see him, Boyd. It's like I was there.
First off, we know that this is our boy Roger here. We can see Sophia up there, and she is chilling there on Colony House stoop up there chilling. But this definitely is Roger being burnt, and it's about time that they burnt this guy who was brought back by an egg. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that Roger was a zombie, and I've told you that that's not the case. Roger definitely knew what he was doing, and he was going there to get help. That's what happened. So let me break this down and tell you exactly why that is the case. When you see him first transform, you could see him grabbing at his face and grabbing at his eyes. And he is anxious. He is upset. And he does not know what is going on. This is not a way a monster acts. A monster doesn't grab at himself or do anything like that. These are human feelings that he's having right now. And when he goes inside of the house, he's going there for help. But unfortunately for him, he scared everybody in there and Elgin took him out. All right, now finally, we get somebody doing something smart. And that is Fatima. Now, Boyd says, hey, you felt like it was something, and she's telling him exactly what it was. No, it was like I was there. I don't know why all these people in the town who have certain superpowers don't tell everybody about their superpowers so that they can use these superpowers to their advantage. Now, I do believe that Boyd is going to believe her, and they're going to try to come up with a way to use Smile Monster as a camera or a video that they can do surveillance on these monsters. But does it run both ways? Can Smile Monster see what Fatima sees? Or did this golem give her this power to do this? We can see the Smile Monster is shocked that he is transforming back, that he has no control over it, and maybe he will be some type of voodoo doll for her. We also see that Donna's in the room with her, and over that creepy picture of Fatima right behind her head there with Ellis in the room also. Where is Jade? We don't know, but I don't think it's a coincidence that they got her standing by the window with the dream catcher behind her. Maybe the dream catcher is some sort of nightmare creature catcher, and that's what she's going to use it for.
So,
I want him to teach me how to survive when I'm alone.
You're not going to be here alone, Ethan.
You don't know that.
Ellis tells Fatima to show him, but what's important to me is this picture behind them, because it looks like Fatima and she looks pregnant in this picture. So did Ellis foreshadow this, or by painting that picture, is this what led Fatima to actually get pregnant in this town? In my other video, I break all that stuff down. I'll put it at the end of this video. But then we hear Ethan talking to his mother and to Victor. And we know from what the episode is going to be about that Tabitha is going to agree to allow Victor to show Ethan how to survive, even though she's saying that's not the case in this clip. But we know that she's going to allow Victor to train him. So he is going to become Victor's apprentice in this episode. He'll probably show him some hiding spots. He'll probably show him some other things he did to survive. We've already seen Ethan drawing pictures like Victor did. And I think if it really did end that way, it would be a fitting ending. I do not want a happy ending for this show, a straight happy ending. I want a bitter, sweet ending for this show. But also, while doing this, I think that Ethan may pick up on some things that Victor had forgot about, or that Victor left or did not see. And that's why they're going to go through this training. And that's what it really is going to be all about when it's all said and done. The things that Victor shows him is going to be something in there that is a key thing to help them solve what this place is. And Ethan is going to find it.
there is a reason that no one has ever gotten out of here. And maybe that reason is no one has ever been willing to make the hard decisions before.
So we hear Jade blowing off some steam, and I understand what Jade is saying, that maybe this is the case, but Jade's not being totally honest. He has not told them that every time the town kills him. Why didn't he divulge this information? Boyd is still a little messed up because of what happened to Kenny. That's understandable, but there is a clip in here that looks a little weird. Right here, when we see Donna, we have a light on her face. She closes her eyes, and then it gets dark for some reason right then. Now, I don't know if this is just because of the quality of this video that I'm using right now, but it just seemed weird to me the way they made that effect, because it's not a transition. And she looks very concerned, holding on to her cane. Maybe she's realizing finally that something happened to her when she passed away, and she's able to tell her those creepy picture of Fatima behind her. I don't know, something's going on here in this. We see Henry. Where could he be? Is this Boyd's office? If it is Boyd's office at this time, then it truly does set up that Henry is going to off himself, because he would have access to the bullets in this situation. He is seeing something once again. Now, we've seen the monsters, use the gun to the head method. They looked at Boyd and told him to do that, right? So it's not something out of bounds that he could be offing himself in this episode. We see Sophia. I do believe she's back in Sarah's house. That's what I would guess here. And she is reading something. Now, we can't tell what this picture is. Doesn't have a lot of creases in it or nothing. It's something she could have drawn. Maybe she draws something and it comes to life. Or maybe she uses this picture and makes it come to life. It's impossible to tell, but if you have any idea what you think it is, she's reading a map, anything, let me know in the comment section. We see Tabitha and the phone is going to be ringing. We've seen this in the trailer. Is this going to be Jim trying to call her? Is this a future Julie trying to call her and trying to inform her? Or is this going to be a baby Thomas situation on the phone? It's weird when they do this, because we know that these are not exactly hallucinations that we see other characters having, but then you have to ask yourself, who was able to do this? And this is why I believe the parallel universe theory that I made up is 100% correct. And I think that maybe Thomas survived in that parallel universe, and maybe Jim on the other side is calling from that parallel universe. We'll see who's on this phone. We know that they do be messing with him and stuff, but we'll see exactly when this goes down. Jade losing his mind, his map's not working out for him, so he smashes it all over the place. Again, Jade, to me, you need to come clean. You should have told the whole story. You just can't have half-truths here. I think that's the biggest issue with this town, is themselves. That they don't trust each other enough to tell the full story. Julie needs to talk about story walking. Jade needs to say, hey, the town kills me and Tabitha. He needs to let Tabitha know that she's at risk. He needs to do these things. But that is my trailer breakdown. You let me know what you seen. Maybe I missed something in the comment section. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.